In today's Wellness Wednesday, Action News Now reporter Lauren Cooper shares the story of a local singer whose world changed after a medical scare.
Kyla Davidson has been a gifted singer her whole life.
I was the little kid who on vacation at like 3 years old, I walked up onto the stage and would just like start singing to people.
By 5, she was getting parts in musicals, and by 15, she was teaching others how to sing.
That's my new philosophy.
That's your new philosophy.
Why tell me my new philosophy?
I think my favorite thing about singing is just, it has been this outlet for me for so long where I feel so free.
And by the end of her high school graduation from Inspire School of Arts, the singer was looking at full-ride scholarships to Juilliard and Curtis Institute of Music.
My dream school that I really wanted to go to was Curtis. They're a full music conservatory that takes basically 8 students a year. And that's the whole class. And it's not just singers.
Davidson made it all the way to the final auditions with professors and other world-famous musicians giving her positive feedback.
I can't wait to see you, and it was just the most validating feeling I had ever had in my life. I have never felt better about myself than in that moment.
Then, less than 2 months before the big audition, her world came crashing down.
So I was doing a show, and I had never had any issues singing multiple genres or singing all day, every day. And I used my voice very, very heavily. And I go to belt in rehearsal one day, and all of a sudden my voice starts doing some weird, I could feel these little ticks on my vocal cords, and I started running out of air.
She went to lung doctors and stomach doctors with no answers, and her voice slowly fading away.
And I went out to UCSF down in San Francisco, actually, to work with their vocal specialists. They're the ones who work with the opera singers at the San Francisco Opera House. And I showed them a video of me singing, and I said, this is what I do. I can't do that. Things are feeling really weird. They looked into my throat and they scoped me. It went right down my nose, and they found that I had, as they referred to it, as some of the worst vocal damage that they had ever seen on a young professional singer.
Davidson tells me her lungs are anatomically larger than average, and the amount of air she can push out contributed to her ability to sing. But at the same time, it was also tearing small holes in her vocal cords, and a benign tumor was found growing in her throat. She needed surgery to cut the tumor out right before her final audition, forcing her to turn her back on the school of her dreams. During her recovery, she couldn't even speak about it for 2 months.
It really made me lose my sense of identity and self for a very long time. It was just this crazy, crazy recovery from being a professional yapper and teaching kids all day, every day, to being absolutely silent, having to retrain everything.
3 years later, Davidson says her voice still isn't the same. But her frame of mind is better than ever.
I really wouldn't change anything, actually. I'm really happy with where I am, and I'm lucky to have the people around me and my students around me that make it worth it for me every single day.
What kind of advice or things should people who are looking to maintain vocal health and stability look for in themselves?
Some of the biggest things that you can do to help maintain vocal stability and longevity, because that's the biggest thing, you don't want to burn your voice out too quick, is really, really listen to your body. If you are singing and you're singing in the car and all of a sudden you start to get that, that vocal fry feeling, stop. Doing these little warm-ups, you can warm up with a straw and do a little kind of thing.
She also says tongue workouts, staying hydrated, and staying away from smoking also goes a long way. While things are going good for Davidson now, she tells me there is still a chance that some of the scar tissue in her throat could come back as another tumor, which is why she is always looking out for those telltale signs now and taking better care of her vocal health. I'm Lauren Cooper reporting in Chico with Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Davidson currently teaches at the Chico Creek Dance Center. She's a nominee up for the title of Best Music Instructor on the year's Best of Chico voting that starts July 1st.